Welcome everyone to this episode of Delano Podcast News. My guest today is James Rowley of Studio 661 here in Delano. We're going to be talking about different ways people can see that New Year's resolution of getting more fit, more active, probably starting a fitness routine. So check this out. All right, James, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. And so anybody that's going to be starting a fitness regime, we got that New Year people that they started every year. Most people kind of fall off the bandwagon pretty quick.
Right.
Says they either get discouraged or something happens and they just don't want to do it anymore. I mean, what's your take on that?
That is the first thing that people have to realize is that, you're going to fall off. You might fall off a little bit here and there. New Year's obviously is the time when people are most are trying the most to get back on the horse, so to speak. But you're gonna fall off. People are gonna fall off. The key is finding a routine or a regime that you like. First of all, people you like, and not trying to do too much too soon. So, as far as I'm brain farting too. So excuse me for that. You can cut this out, right? But yeah, find a regime that you like, find a place that you like working out, find trainers that you like, and a group of people that'll help keep you accountable. Really is what it comes down to.
So like at your studio, you guys offer a lot of different things, like from CrossFit or like Zumba style things to dance. And then also there's people that have their martial arts things that they can be active in. I mean, what someone starting this is going to be like, well, what do I pick? Well, you just said that it's pick something that you like. Yeah. So it's like, you got to kind of dab your feet a little bit of try different things until you find what's going to work for you.
There's a million different things that anybody can do, especially the majority of the people that start a fitness regime at the beginning of the year are doing it for weight loss. And for those that have been sedentary for a long time, meaning they haven't done anything for a while, anything from even just getting out and walking is going to help, as long as they're following a good, form of eating.
Now, diet takes a big stake into it too, because I mean, you put something bad in, you're going to get bad out. Right. I mean, you could work out all you want, but if you're still going to go chow down at McDonald's right after, that ain't going to help.
Of course.
So do you guys offer or do you recommend any meal plans? Because I mean, people have different opinions. They try the keto thing, the low carb, the vegan, the plant-based. There's probably too many to mention.
Yeah, and a lot of them are good. In fact, the majority of them are good for specific individuals. It just depends on your body type, your digestive system, and things like that. But we do work with a nutritionist who's also a PhD, Dr. Trevor Kashi. As a fitness professional or as a trainer, we can tell you what has worked for other clients. We can say so-and-so fit the same characteristics and category, had the same stats, same height, same age, and this worked for her. Chances are it'll work for you too. We could do that. And based on the experience, it'll probably do the trick. But I am not a licensed nutritionist. So instead of not being able to be the pro in the nutrition section, I'd rather hire somebody that is, or work with somebody that is. So we hired Dr. Trevor Kashi, who makes all of our meal plans specific and custom to the individual. So what that means is if somebody's hypoglycemic or diabetic or so on, the plan can be adjusted and fit for that individual, instead of just giving somebody a one size fits all, everybody follow keto, when we do run an advertisement for, say, like a specific, if we did, like in Visalia, we did a keto one, and people that were already doing a keto plan or that were already interested in keto, they signed up. But for the most part, we let Trevor Kashi handle the nutrition side.
So that's good. You got a dedicated person for nutrition on that, and that helps a lot, because I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody's tried like at least a dozen different diets in their
Absolutely.
lifetime. And now, I mean, even going and dabbling into diet when it comes to kids, because you guys offer like classes and just activities for kids, which is great for kids to be active, because they need to be active instead of just sitting on the couch with their cell phone or iPad or
We used to go outside when we were kids, and now everybody's stuck in front of the TV with a bag of potato chips, especially the kids. So just being active, whether that's dancing or martial arts or even just going outside and playing and climbing a tree like we did when we were kids, seriously important. As far as diet for kids and adults for that matter, stay away from processed foods. The less processed the food is, the better it's going to be for you.
So like meal planning, that'd be a good thing to kind of take into, because I mean, you're actually cooking your own food, using less process,
less ingredients. And that'll do the trick.
So I mean, I think we had another podcast and somebody was like, there's all kinds of crazy diets. Like someone told me there's a McDonald's diet. People go on like, oh yeah, you can eat a few items even with the apple pie every once in a while, and they've seen results. And I was like, that's just crazy to me.
Yeah, I think so. Is it true that somebody can lose weight? Yeah, if you minimize your calorie intake, yeah, you can lose weight. Is it sustainable long term? Probably not. Is it doing other damage to your system? Probably, because it's processed. It's not real food. So anything that Dr. Trevor recommends, or that we, I guess, condone or would prefer people to do, is just whole foods as much as possible, less processed as much as possible. Anything that has a shelf life of more than, 10 years, probably way less than that. But anything that has a ridiculous shelf life, tons of additives, tons of sugar, obviously long-term, not good for your system.
Now, some people have an argument on the carb thing, because some people will be the low carb, which is also like keto, and so many other ones like, was it paleo and all those, they're kind of a low carb kind of thing. And just, I guess, depending on your activity, you could, that might not be necessarily a good thing, because if you're a very active, really high cardio kind of moving around kind of thing, you need a certain amount of carbs, because carbs are essentially energy. So, I mean, I guess it depends on the activity that you're going to choose.
Absolutely. Like you said, keto really is not new. It's just a different version of a low carb diet. Let you eat bacon. But bacon, if you think about it, it's yummy, but it's still not the best thing for you. As far as carbs can still be your friend if you're eating the right carbs. Bad carbs, white pastas, white rice. And it all goes back to the reason why certain carbs are bad is because they're processed. The processed carbs are still going to be bad for you. You can get your good carbs from your fruits and vegetables, your legumes, your beans, things of that nature. And yes, depending on your activity level, like I know you bike, you cycle. If you're doing, a 4-hour ride and you are on a keto diet, you're going to die out there. You're literally going to run out of energy.
Yeah, there's no way I'd be able to last out there. I mean, I try to eat more like pastas and brown rices and legumes like black beans, something real more kind of plant-based on that sometimes. But I need those carbs. And they're like, how do you eat that much pasta and rice and everything? I was like, it's okay. I'm going to go ride for 2 hours today. It's gonna balance itself out.
See, you're not the average person, though. The average person isn't gonna burn that much in their level of activity during the day. It all depends on the mindset of food is fuel versus I work out so that I can eat. Because a lot of people think if I work out, then I can justify those 5 pieces of pizza, but that's actually not the case.
Yeah, it like the keto thing, the bacon thing. That kind of worries me. That's always worried me, because it's like that's a lot of fat, a lot of cholesterol, and it's like I've always wanted to see like actual true blood tests, like, compared to somebody that does not eating that much processed meats. Because I mean, when you really think about it, bacon is a processed item,
For sure.
And you're saying stay away from processed foods. that is a processed item. And there's all kinds of things you can hear about it. Some people say that, oh, well, processed meats like that are carcinogenic and other things like that. So, I mean, everybody has got an opinion on it.
Right.
So, but going back to ways to kind of get people going, there's got to be, well, I'm pretty sure there is a formula or some kind of way to think it. I know it probably has to do a lot with discipline.
Right.
Discipline's like the biggest thing, because that's main thing is people just fall off of it.
Right.
But you got to be able to get back on.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, someone that's fallen off a bunch of times and they're probably seen this podcast, I was like, oh, I've done New Year's Eve or New Year's resolutions like almost every year. And every year I stop at the end of January, and I never really see February and March kind of pull through.
Right.
So it's like, what do you say to someone that's been through that and kind of gone through all those things?
Man, that's a good one. The first thing I would say is, you definitely have to be committed. The way to be committed or to become committed is to understand why you're doing it. Find a real reason why. They say if your why is big enough, how will show up. And how meaning not just the way to do it, but the motivation and the commitment to keep doing it. For me, I've fallen off the wagon a bunch of times. For a long time in Orange County, I had a serious back injury several years back. I had 2 back surgeries, 2 knee surgeries, and a head surgery as a result. And I couldn't walk for about 9 months. As you can imagine, seriously depressed, seriously pissed off at the world at the time. So I ate a lot, I drank a lot, and I even smoked for years. And it was a hard road back because I didn't really see why. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to walk again. So I wasn't really too motivated to watch my health. When I finally realized, okay, long story short, not going into too many details about how that period of time went for me. You find your reason why, and then you find the motivation. For me now, my newest reason why is my 2-year-old son. And everybody just needs to realize why they're doing it. If it's for their family so they can be here longer for them, if it's for themselves so that they can be healthier, do more, travel more, be more. If you have goals and dreams, the only way you're going to really accomplish them is if you have good health. So you have to constantly think about why you're doing it, and keep that at the front of your mind all the time. If you don't, then you'll fall off. You'll lack the discipline.
That's really good. I like that. That's perfect. And I mean, a lot of people are going to see this. I'm really glad you brought that up, because I mean, I was really thinking about that right now, because I mean, I'm injured. I can't cycle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's bugging me a lot, because I'm like, oh, I'll just eat this. It's okay. It's the holidays. I'll let it go through. And I'm not really liking it, because it's like, I can't get on it, and I just miss being out there on the road, riding for a couple hours with nothing but just you and the road and the country and everything. And it's a great thing to do, and wish more people would do it, because it's awesome. And but I really like all this, and I hope people can see this and kind of use this as motivation and get out there, because I mean, a healthier world is great. We need that.
Absolutely.
Any last words?
Again, I can't stress it enough. 1, find your why. 2, find a trainer you like and people to work out with. A lot of times people hire a personal trainer and they do the one-on-one thing for a while, and that's great. We do offer that as well. Most personal trainers will offer that as well. But the group thing, the reason why is because you hold each other accountable. A lot of people say, I'm going to do something, and then how many times in front of the mirror one morning, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Whether that's I'm going to pick up the guitar and learn how to play, whether it's I'm going to go back to school, whether it's I'm going to lose weight. We say it to ourselves in the privacy of our bedrooms or our bathroom mirrors, and then the next day comes and the motivation is gone. We're not always the best at holding ourselves accountable. But when you have a group of people with the same goal in mind, the same mission, and you're all like-minded, you push and pull and share energy with each other. And that way, you all are now accountable to each other. It's not just about saying it to yourself. Now you've said it to a group of people that have the same mission. And now you have to, be there for each other as well. So it's a borrowing and sharing of energy. Find a group of people that you like, find a group of people that can hold you accountable, that you can also help hold accountable, because in giving is where we get. Yeah. So the more you give to someone else, whether that's motivating them during the workout, whether that's, checking in on them, when they're not there, they're going to do the same for you. And if you're all doing it together, you have somebody there with you throughout the journey, you're most likely to succeed. Oh. Who is it that said, you get what you want by helping people, as many people as possible, get what they want. So I believe that to be true.
Awesome. Yeah, I totally agree with that. That is great. And thank you again for being here on this episode.
No problem at all.
I really, now anybody looking to kind of start, like maybe if they're looking into maybe with it's a studio, with your studio, mm-hmm. Is there any time they could start? They have to start at a certain time, or they can just kind of start?
Anybody that's willing to start now, we go through the holidays. The only nights or days we're going to take off is Christmas Day, Christmas, and New Year's Day, but we'll be working throughout. And for the record, of course, as business people, we want to self-promote, but it's not just important that you do it. We don't want everyone to just come train with us. There are so many great options. Even in Delano now, it's growing like crazy. There's a bunch of different gym options, a bunch of great trainers. Find the one that works for you and just start. As far as that being with us, awesome. We'd love to be the ones that you come to. But if you don't like the way that my face looks, that's okay. Go find somebody that you do like looking at, and just get to work. And if you do want to get a hold of us, 661fitness.com, and we will be running our New Year's challenge, transformation challenge, coming up soon. You'll see it all over social media, I'm sure. But yeah, whether it's with us or with somebody else, doesn't matter. Just get moving.
Great. Again, thank you for coming on for this episode. Be able to check this episode out on Facebook, Instagram clips. We'll have clips on Instagram. Full audio episodes available on Apple Podcasts. So check those out. Subscribe if you haven't already. That way, every time we get a new episode, we still got a few more coming out for this year. So, we have a few more trainers or gyms that are going to be participating, just to kind of get their perspective on everything. So check them out, and we'll see everybody on this next episode. Thank you very much, James.
No problem. Thank you.
All right.